Van came here with her parents as they were invited to a party. She was happy and enjoyed along with some people. Her parents were very good that they invited for one Mr. Min. Mr. Min was so rich and biggest businessman. Her parents wanted to get attached with the fish family. Now she was standing beside her mother. Her mother was looking at the richest son. One looked at him and turned her gaze. He is the youngest here of them. They are finding a girl for me. I wish they asked us about you. One size with it and no, you know what whom I wanted to marry. One shut up, I don't want to know. They all started dancing while holding hands. Van was with them. She was feeling so happy she didn't care about the people. Guesses out there thought she was in her 20s. She stayed like that childish because she was very stubborn. Now she was dancing with them as they were so open-minded people, but suddenly she stopped and looked at her mother. She was talking to him. After dancing and enjoying, she came out, but the back of her heels were hurting her. It was so harder for her to walk properly. Her feet were in bed when he was sitting on the bench looking at her. She was looking beautiful. He just stared at her. He got up and walked towards her. She stopped and he sat down on his hand, put the bandage on his foot. She came back and lay down. She was so tired and she acted so well in front of many people. She grabbed herself and saw the messages of Legion. She smiled and tested him. He was her first childhood lover. They both loved each other and she wanted to marry him. He was not rich, but still she loved him. One woke up and walked out of the room, but Mr. Joy and Mrs. Joy were sitting with their parents. Her parents seemed to be happy. Wine, come here. Name is Wine. You are beautiful. They will look good together. They said, perfect with my son. She looked at her mother, and her mother pressed her arm not to open her mouth. Our son wanted to marry her, so will you give her? She was Vine's heart sang, and she wanted her mother to say no, but why not? We were happy that he wanted to marry her. Vine started spinning. His parents went on, and then Vine got up and why did you do this? You know that I want to marry Leon. Shut up, Vine. That one did nothing and is not good for you. You can't promise I will leave. Vine, you are not going anywhere. She looked back and said, please don't do this. How can he send this his parents for one day? His intentions are not good, really. But now we fix it and don't try to run down your parents in front of so many people. After 2 days, she was still in her room crying. She begged her parents not to do this, but everything was fake. She refused to eat everything and started to starve herself. She didn't talk to Leon. She wanted to die. Elite class jobs will help us. You know their father's business and don't I. So you just wanted their money and want me to sacrifice my life and not daddy suffering, but we have enough for his treatment. I will not marry him. If you okay again, you will get slapped by me. Well, after a few months, she got married to him. Her face was dull and she didn't smile for a second. Now she was sitting and he entered. She didn't look at him and he sat beside her and faded with head. I love someone else and I don't want to be with you. His smile dropped and he got up and walked out angrily after hitting the vase. One lay down and still he didn't come back. She was relaxed but heartbroken. Leon said that he would trade him for a rich man. But it was not true. She wanted to ask Leon, but she was scared of Janku. She closed her eyes and fell asleep. Everyone there was so kind and polite. His brother was rich. The next morning, she opened her eyes and he was sleeping beside her. She was in office and hugged him. At that moment, she didn't know that what she was doing. After 2 hours, she woke up and saw herself hugging him. She had that he didn't see him. Now she was sitting in between them. The wife of his brother was looking at her with hateful eyes. The man was feeling uncomfortable. She didn't know what she hated. A junk was there, but man, I heard that your father's business didn't last year. Yes, she said in between everyone. There were so many cats, so I didn't know what to say. Honey, you better not to speak. I know. I also know why you come here. And mine in confused because what's the reason of Honey Mary Jones? Well, Janko came and sat down beside her. After that, Mine was sitting hearing briefly on was her childhood lover. She couldn't forget him easily. He was married and stopped talking to her, but she wanted to go back to him. Mine was in her bed, but suddenly a car stopped and a lady came out. She was looking so rich. They sat down in the car and drove her. Who is she? Well, she checked the door and just sat down there. 1 week later, Mine was laying on the bed and he still didn't come back. It was very common in their families to have a relationship even in a marriage. She was feeling so uncomfortable between them and wanted to go back. Suddenly, the door opened and she sat and looked at him. He walked towards her and she got up. She was scared of him. He grabbed her hand. His name is Leon and he walked in immediately. He said, this is the same as you and you both were together since. But I will not leave you. You wanted to go back to him, huh? If you want dream your life, then never try to run. Understand? I don't care about you. About her love with Leon. He was hurt by that day, but she told him that she was still in love with Leon. Now he was saying that just to make her feel the way he felt that, but she looked outside the window and saw him again going with that lady. After 2 months, in 2 months, he only came for 1 week. He stayed outside and lived in another mansion. She was feeling so lonely as Annie didn't ever leave a chance to bully her with her words. Miss Warren, we're going to him today, but why? I don't know. I nodded and got up. She sat down in the car and was looking at the way. The way of his mansion was very dark. She was scared to see where he lived. She entered the mansion and now she was standing in his study room. She was looking at the big map and touched it. So suddenly she looked at her side and her face fell after seeing the fire. His mansion was far away from the fire. The whole city was burning. She wanted to look back and bumped into him. She stepped why this was fire. Separate the fire in the whole city. Her jar dropped and smartly into her trunk and didn't nice perfume. She stepped back and walked into the room and he walked behind him. He touched the map and watched this for he looked at her and to see where you can go with him. She gave him a dead girl, but he just laughed after seeing her reaction. He grabbed the and I'm sorry. Well, she didn't tell it instantly, but he became memory. Now she came here and looked at the rooms like he liked those type of people rooms. She looked at her and saw that he came and she didn't care because if that lady was his, she just still didn't care because she didn't love. 1 week later, she was hurt to death because Leon got the gunshot. She was depressed and started staring at the bathtub. It was full and the water was coming out of it. He came back and looked at her, looked at the door and water was coming out. He thought that she was trying to kill herself. He started banging the door, but she still wasn't in front of him. He thought that she died. So he went to open the door after kicking it so many times. He angrily and walked towards the grab. Are you crazy? Why are you not responding? If you want to die, then tell me. Yes, I wanted to. And why you come back today? Where is your another girl? So you're jealous? Of course not. Oh, you don't care. He started walking towards the van. Let's cut all the distance between us. The cold control closed behind them. And he smirked. The next, the man was sitting on the horse as they came out to explore the farmhouse. He was beside her and on another. She was feeling good as the view was so beautiful. She looked at him as and he said and every and he was sitting peacefully. But help me, please. He was behind her, tried to be caught her, but she decided to save her and fell down and rolled down on the grass. So he got down from the horse and grabbed her. The man was crying and he was crying. What he looked at and tried to become smart. Next time I know what he wanted to do. He didn't say one just word and that yet. His uncle looked at her and got up hanging and left. She looked at her wordly. Months passed and they lived like that. He knew about Million but never see him. Ryan and Janko opened for but didn't talk for weeks. He was sitting in garden while looking at documents. But first I bring a card for you. Nice to meet you. I will protect you till my last breath. And suddenly Ryan came out and looked at him. What do you want to say, Ryan? Your father is calling you. And then she immediately went back. She didn't accept that she could see Leon after so many months. He was watching them talking from the window. So she was puzzled and she also started thinking about Janko. She sat her on the couch while thinking what to do. After that, she didn't talk to Yon, but now they were standing in front of each other. So you left me for him. You must fall in love. You are looking happy with him. Never miss me, but I still love you. I have a move on. Of course, I love you truly. And at in the room, he was lying on the bed. She came and put the water on the side table. My heart is hurting so much. She was about to touch his head, but she pulled her towards him. Not to. They were so close for the first time, and she saw him this close. His breath was itching, and she massaged his hand. Stop doing this. He laughed and sat down, and they were touching. Why don't you like it? He was hovering over, and she fell down on the bed. He hovered her and did once in her water. She turned her face, he grabbed her on the bed and walked out. The next day, she was sitting with him while he was driving the car. His heart was burning after seeing them together. They were going back because his father died. I didn't want to see her because he was very mean. They came in and Annie was crying hard. Janku sat there with her and Janku don't cry. He was feeling bad while Van was touching them. As they close while sitting with her, Hani's husband was encouraging, but Van stick on Janku. She felt something. At night, Janku was sitting in front of her father frame. They were very close. He was sitting there, but Honey came and sat down with him. He looked at her and he died while saving your company and he didn't meet him because of that incident. I'm feeling bad. I'm sorry. He apologized to her. You man came and their eyes were about to come out after seeing them together. She just stood there. He just asked you to marry me. But you refused. Why we give up together? I love you so much, but you married that guy. Honey, you are married now. It's not good to talk about the past. I never see more than friends. Why would spend time together? Seeing her for the first time, she doesn't love you. He got up and mine immediately walked out. Don't talk to me about the past. We are always friends. After saying this, he walked out of the room while leaving Honey on the floor. Man came into the room and realized that this was the reason Honey hated her. She lay down on the bed. He entered. He looked at her and sat down on the couch. Man was surprised that today he didn't come. So Vine evening and lay down. Yes, come here. She got up and walked towards him. He pulled her towards him and she sat down beside him. He was staring at her and he smiled. Why are you angry? She leaned towards her. She closed her and didn't understand what she was doing. She broke it. And now tell me which color is best for my next exhibition. The next day she came and no one there except Honey. Honey looked at her and why are you sitting in front of me? I don't like to see your face. Just go. Who are you to order me? Changing your limits. I would tell your husband about your thoughts that you still want to be young and also stay away from him. But you fall in love with him. Do you forget? Of course, I think you didn't want to live with Janko. Well, yes, I forgot him and wanted to start my life with him. One was saying this to make her jealous. Honey gave her dead gates and got a walk and walked out. Once Mother looked at the food. Now one was using her cell phone, but he entered and grabbed his wallet and I'm going out with whom? Anya Jones will go with me. She wanted to meet her. Can I come with you? No. You better stay at home. He looked at her and said this. She angrily sat down and he walked out. Now that bitch is happy that she is going with him. She was mumbling again and again started using herself. Junkie was sitting with them. Jones was a very human guy. He loved hiding so much, but she was behind Junko. In the cafe, Jones decided to go to his office. You both go, I will come. They nodded, and Junko didn't want to go with them, but Jones ordered them. Now they were sitting as the silence was digging. She was staring at him. Junko, believing if I will run away and one day she will cheat on you. Okay. It's not your bad. I'm not in the mood of saying anything, so please don't talk. Her face fell and she rolled her eyes. On the way, their car was attacked by his enemies. He forcefully them and he tried to fight. Now they tied them together. He was trying to open the door, but that man came and gave us the file tab. He leave, but Jones had those files. Well, they were getting their revenge because Jungle did the same out of their gun. In the middle of the night, Vine was sleeping peacefully, but suddenly the maid came and told her about her husband. Vine sat down weirdly and asked what happened. She got up and asked what happened to him. They are trying to find him. In the morning, Honey was sleeping, and while he was looking outside, he was just wanted to escape. He looked at the men and they were also sleeping. He turned and tried to grab the cutter. He tried and grabbed it. He cut the ropes and finally he got up. And in the end, all of them lost their consciousness except Annie and Janku. He was breathing heavily and Annie got up and walked towards him. They had the voice of guns and he had it and opened on his face fell. They came out and his father and brother were there. Honey met her husband. They sat on the command was holding his arm and resting a face on it. But Leon's and Honey's heart were burning in jealousy. Leon was driving the gun. He just wanted to and he leaked. Honey was a weird person. They came back and he wanted to his phone. He was afraid to see a bullet for him, but he didn't ask anything. She lay down with him and he was hugging him. They were living together for months, so she started to get attached with him. She thought that excuse was to go to Leon because his family if she would hate him. Now she closed her eyes and slept. He was feeling good. This was what he wanted. The next day he was telling everything to his father and brother while Vine was looking at him and Honey was staring at Vine. Vine looked at Honey and then Honey rolled her eyes. Vine knew that why she was upset because she scared that Janko might have a relation between them. They started eating and Vine looked outside. At night everything was sleeping but Vine. Everyone was sleeping and Vine came out of meet Leon. She came and Leon was standing there. He hugged her but she pushed him. Leon, are you crazy? Vine, what happened to you? Do you still read my letter and why Leon, I want to clear that. Stop thinking about that. When I says, how can you do this? You were saying that you wanted to be with me. Yes, but I can't leave him. He's my husband, so you don't love him. He didn't do anything for him, Leon. I don't care what he does or not. I changed my mind. I'm devastated. I don't want to go with you. I'm sorry. She pushed him angry and hit him. Hey man, leave me, Leon. How can you do this? Now you are afraid of him. You are afraid that he might, and you are knowing everything. He knows everything. I told him everything. Please God, don't force me. If you again, I will tell him. She came and lay down. She didn't want to break her marriage now. However, each time I use my faith, I don't want to break this now. I will try to make everything perfect for us. It was my mistake, or I didn't leave you, Leon, instantly. My parents formed he also didn't come right, so I can't do anything. I have made up my mind. The next day, Vine was waiting for him. He entered and she got up. He looked at her. Vine, what happened? Do you want to tell me something? No, then she came in front of him and looked at him into his eyes. You are pretty as his eyes were beating kiss for the first time. He felt shyness. She cupped his face. I decided not to leave you. He was looking at her. If you were in my face, then I'm okay. I changed my mind. If I leave you for him, I will not forgive myself. It's considered a bad gesture in my family. My family stopped meeting that person who does this. I'm sorry for all things. And after that, their life began with happiness, and she was his first decided love, so he felt good with her. They did so many things together. He told her his family secrets. He told her about the death of his mother. He and his brother were from different mothers. She didn't know that his mother died from and the reason was. Now they were laying here while she was standing at the ceiling. This woman who accused her died because of bad illness after I started hating everyone, including my dad. I still remember how my mother cried. I didn't smile after that. She hit him and he started laughing. She was about to go angrily, but he grabbed her and kidnapping. I was kidding. She also laughed and they were living happily. 1 week later, everyone was going good, but one day Yuan came out and sat down with him and his family was there. He only got up and uncle, I want to tell you something. What is it, honey? Boy and committed their eyes was about to come on, honey. What are you saying? I know what you would not believe me, so I came with proofs. This is the letter she wrote about being married to Jung, and he also gave her the letter. She wrote on it she would run away with him and just loved Leon. Leon also gave her. I miss your chatties, baby. I miss your whole existence. I read your letter to miss your all about you. You are not happy and wanted to come to me. Don't worry, we will learn me after you said that you missed me, but you only love me and wanted to marry me. Django looked at her when his tears were running his heart was breaking. She also meets him in a private room. I have a video she showed them and Leon tried to hug, but she would deleted the part where one pushed her and but they went. No, I didn't do this. Please leave me. And that night, really mad couldn't go with him. I have another meeting in which she met him secretly. Look at it. I can't even say, look at the test he sent. He looked at it and then to her. Ask him, I didn't do anything. Leon, tell us this is true. If you lie, then don't try to hide this. This is true. Once as written, she told me that she would tell Janko that she loved him and not then tell him with me. Leon, why are you like he's lying? Janko knows that she will have him and told him that she doesn't want to live with you. Leave her. She is not happy. She is doing all of this just to run on the video. Mr. J, this is true. I can't lie to you, but she sent me letter because of Janko. Okay, Janko, divorce this girl right now. But Janko, please believe me. They both are lying. Why are you not believing me? You said you hated your family because they accused your mother. Now you are doing the same. His father got up angry. How dare you to talk about that? He looked at her, his eyes was full of pain, but Vine was still trying to make him believe, yet he knew that she loved Leon and he was her first childhood love. One day she told him that she would never love him even after having babies and still love Leon. She fell down and lost her conscience. She didn't want this. She didn't know what would come before like this.